happy Friday. And to hop on and give a word that I was contemplating on this new day, and that is we have to stay out of our own way, right? I talk about this a lot, staying out of our own way. And by the way, if you have not yet, join the group Living Intentionally with Queen Yenn here on Facebook, because that is where I am doing my live videos on a regular, as much as I can, in the Living Intentionally with Queen Yenn Facebook group. So make sure you join there, because eventually I'm going to cease making the live videos here on my personal platform and do them more in the Living Intentionally group. Hey Rosalind, what's up? What's up Tabitha? Hey Derek. So get out of our own way, right? So I just want to go into this concept of being in your own way. In life, we have different things that happen to us that I consider to be contrast. I call these things contrast, where we get into situations or experience things that we don't necessarily like, right? And so in those situations, those are the times where we find out what we do like or what we do desire, right? And so at that moment, when you find out, when you're having that struggle and you're realizing that, I really wanted a different way, or this is not really what I desire, it is very important for you to not waddle in the fact that you're going through that struggle or that you're experiencing that dislike, and make sure you tune into what your energy is telling you you do align with, right? So that's the only reason why we experience contrast, period. That's the only reason why we experience contrast, so that we can continue to tune in, grow, stay in alignment. And that's just a natural process. It's always a balancing act going on naturally with everything in the world, right? So that's number one. That's one way we can stay out of our way, is when we're dealing with struggle or when we're dealing with things we don't like. Don't focus in on what you don't like. So when that situation pop off, don't call 20 people and talk about the situation. Just really tune into what you desire. If it's a strained relationship, if it's a situation with a friend or a family member or co-worker or whatever it may be, business partner, and you really just feel real hella tried, like you like, man, they tried me, like I don't know what's going on, don't stay in that. It's like, okay, it happened so that you can be aware of something. So tune in, see what you see, see what you feel, and then come into alignment. Instead of talking about it, wanting to go through it a billion times, calling 25 people so you can vent about it, really talk to other people and see so they can agree with you that they tried you. There's no sense in that. All you're doing is getting in the way of you aligning with what you desire, right? Here's another way we get in our way, right? We have these ideas of our vision, right? We start to realize what we desire. We start to realize what we see to be in total alignment with us. And so we have that vision, and then we don't see it actualizing, right? It's taking time to actualize. So we're like, oh man, I really want a new house. I really should have a bigger house. I really want a house where I can have an office. You have all these things, you script about it, you talk about it, you visualize it, you dream about it. And instead of just basking in the fact that you've been privileged to see it as a vision and been privileged to tune into it and be able to see it and feel it, you start to feel like there's a lack. And then you start to say, man, I don't have a house. I don't have a space where I can work in. I don't have a space enough for and you start talking about what you don't have, how you really wish you had it. And so instead of it being a vision that's inspiring and a vision that you're moving towards, or a vision that you're continuously aligning with, now it's become a burden. It's become a lack. So be careful with that. You know what I mean? If you find yourself contemplating on your vision and feeling any level of disappointment or frustration or angst, just get off of that. Just get off of it. Don't even think about it. Switch your mind up. Go into gratitude. Think about something that you've experienced in the present here and now that you're really grateful for, and emote that, because the more you emote the lack, the more you're getting in the way of actually seeing that thing actualize. So just getting in the way, And I think lastly, Fear definitely gets in our way, right? So we have this fear. It's like, I'm trying to give a really good example. It's like, here we go. So you know your vision is to travel, right? You know your vision is to travel, but you looking at reality. It's like, oh, but reality is I have children, I have bills, I have this job, I have all of these different things. And so this fear is stifling you. You fear that you're not going to be able to get it. You fear, I mean, you just really have no motivation around it because you're so stuck on reality. But you can't be like that. It's like, as a baby, you know, you're looking at a baby boy and he's in a diaper. You know, reality is he's in a diaper. He doesn't know how to go to the restroom on his own. But are you going to be like, oh man, I don't know if he'll ever grow up. He wears a diaper. Like what do you know? You have this knowing that eventually he's going to come out of that diaper and he's going to be able to use the restroom on his own. You're not stuck in reality. So make sure you're not stuck in, and really stuck in reality is a fear. It's holding you back. You know, it's the opposite of a knowing. So you have to work on your knowing. And the biggest way to work on your knowing is just like, Queen Yenn, you say this, it sounds so easy, but look, reality is, look at my bills, look at my job, look at my house, look at my blah, 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 blah. Instead of thinking about all of those different things, think about all of those things you know that you have accomplished or that has actualized in your life, or those prayers that have been answered, and remind yourself through that. Seek gratitude. Just be grateful. Like, I mean, I sit in my car. You know, there was a time I can remember when I wanted a Honda CRV. I can remember the time. It was like in college. I was like, I did research. Like, I'm a fanatic about reliable things or things that are not cheap, or, you know, things that'll last me a long time. Now I have to spend a lot of money on. And so I had done the research on what's the best car, what has the most buyback value, all those different things. And that's what I desired. You know, I went away from that a little while, got a luxury vehicle, you know, had fun with that. But then after a while, I wanted my Honda CRV. I drive a Honda CRV. You know, there was a time where I really wanted to be in a space where I can be close, where my son can go to school with me close. I don't have to do a long drive. It's a good school and all these different things. Got that. I wanted a time where there was a time where I really desired to have my own business, make my own schedule, no matter what it is, however I'm doing it. Got that. It's like you have to just sit in gratitude. Now, I can list all the things that I'm grateful for, and I can also list all the things that I desire, for sure. And I can talk about it, but in no sense, I mean, in no way, when I talk about the things that I visualize, you know, or that is in my vibration that I really desire, there's not a time where I feel a burden, where I feel a lack, where I feel like, oh, woe is me. And then if I ever feel that way, like I did get a little remnants of it a few days ago when I was out in a new area that I hadn't seen before. They had some big, beautiful houses. And I mean, it was like, I was like, wow, I didn't even expect those houses because of that area. I didn't expect those houses to be there. And I was like, oh man, you know, I kind of felt like, man, Lord, that's how I'm supposed to be living. But it wasn't a level of lack. It was just like, yes, it was motivation, but I had to catch myself and make sure that I'm thinking about it and speaking of it positively instead of feeling like a lack. So let's stay out of our own way, guys. That's how we get in our way. That's just 3 ways. It's plenty other ways we get in our own way, but that's just 3 ways we get in our own way, you know. So stay out your own way, because that's the only reason why we're not seeing things actualize in our lives. I promise you, that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes, because we can come up with 25,000 reasons why we're not actualizing things in our lives. That's the fault of other things in society and people and things and childhood and traumas and all these different things. And I'm not discrediting them. My heart goes out to people who are dealing with any kind of struggle. My heart goes out. My prayer goes out. And I am standing my ground and saying that the only reason why we're not seeing things actualized in our lives is because we are getting our own way. So as we work on becoming a vibrational match to those things that we desire, we will begin to see those things actualize. And sometimes it takes drastic measures in order for us to get to that place where we are, oh man, I got a reminder up here that said give and receive love. Oh, I put my schedule up, like my calendar. I made my calendar because the other day I was like, I need to really discipline my calendar. I need to put it up there, you know, intentional actions. And on Fridays I have on there give and receive love, and it just popped up on there. So hey, I'm giving love to all of y'all. But anyway, what I was preaching is sometimes we got to take drastic measures in order to become a vibrational match to what we desire. Many times we have to do some deep introspection to see what thoughts am I thinking, what words am I using, what actions am I doing, what vibrations am I around, what people am I around, what am I listening to on the radio, what am I letting my eyes see on Facebook and Instagram and all these, you have to dissect everything in your world to make sure that everything that you got going on in your world is a vibrational match to where you see yourself, right? Where you see yourself. There is no way you feel like you want to be this mogul in business and you have not tuned into prosperity, affirmations, rituals, meditations, intentionality, activities type of thing. There's no way. Because any mogul that you talk to, the first thing that they would tell you is they do something spiritual. They do some kind of meditation, yoga. They got a spiritual guru. That's the first thing. When I went to this conference just recently, they was asking Susie Orman about budget, and I'm 50. It was this lady stood up. She said, I'm 50 years old. I just got a divorce. I just got laid off of a Fortune 500 company. I lost everything, all these different things. What do I need to do in order to, get myself back together? She said, first and foremost, get your vibrations. She didn't say use these words. These are my words, but this is basically what she was saying. Get your vibrations right. Don't worry about no money. Don't worry about no budget. Don't worry about no investment and all those different things. You need to make sure you're good. Heal from the divorce. Heal from the things that you're dealing with. Heal from that shame that you're feeling right now. Heal from that fear that you're feeling right now, because you can't move forward and none of that, right? So I was supposed to keep this video short, but sometimes when the spirit lead, you gotta go. So I'm saying, I cannot, peace, Jay, peace. So I would be remiss to not stress to clients, customers, friends, anybody, when we're talking about actualizing our vision and moving from that space that you're in, that you've been stuck in for months, for years, for whatever. You can only move from that place if you become dead ass serious, excuse my French, about your vibrations, about your energy. You gotta be serious about it. You have to start your day with positive vibrations. You have to midday tune into some positive vibration. You have to be intentional. You have to do your meditations. You gotta do your affirmations. You have to take care of your body. You have to breathe. You have to hang up that phone when you know the conversation is about to get to something negative. You have to disconnect from that friend who always killing your vibe. You got to do all of that, period. And if you don't do it, you don't want it. Like, you don't want it. Like, I like to talk about it, so we can keep talking about it, but you don't want it. It's like, I talk to clients sometimes. Some of my clients, it's like, I try to be careful because I don't want to make people feel no type of way, but I'm just speaking truth. If you are not seeing success in the strategies that have been suggested, or what the Most High have put out for you as a solution, is because you have not stayed consistent. Period. That works with anything. Like, you can't people want to try black seed oil for 3 days and be like, I ain't feel nothing. Since you got to do it for like 3 weeks at least. Like, you got to do it for a moon cycle. Like, try meditation for a moon cycle. Try silent. Like, don't call nobody for like 3 weeks for a whole moon cycle. And in the evening time, instead of calling somebody or instead of strolling on Facebook or instead of strolling on Instagram, how about you take some time and explore the meditation videos on YouTube, or explore different motivational speakers, or explore different spiritual gurus, or whatever. Just do anything. Study trees, study flowers, look up the evolution of man. Like, do anything different than what you are doing now, and stay consistent with it for a moon cycle or 2. And I guarantee you that your life will shift, period. But we're so caught up in this microwave vibration, this microwave generation. We want things easy, quick, fast. You got commercials and all these different things. You got cute Instagram videos and that we don't, it's back to the basics. Like, pick something that you're going to try, stick with it for a moon cycle, and see if it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, let's try something different. You know, you got, that's one of the biggest ways that we get in our way, is that we don't stay consistent. We don't stay consistent, you know, and I just talked about this the other day on my live. We see some growth, or we see a shift, and then you stop. Checks start coming in the mail. We do prosperity rituals, all this type of stuff. And, you know, you start balling out of control. You know, it's like, hey, yeah, I'm on it, or whatever. And then you totally stop doing your meditations. You don't do your moon rituals no more. You know, I don't do that no more. I don't really need to do that anymore. You need to do it every new moon and every full moon if you want it to stay consistent. What got you there keeps you there. Like, it's simple. Like Lauren Hill say, it could be so simple, but we rather make it hard. Simple. If the new moon ritual will work for you, why are you not doing it anymore? If the meditation every day work for you, get back to doing it. And don't beat yourself up because you didn't do it. We all get off of our game. You know what I'm saying? We all stop working out every now and then. We all stop taking our supplements. We all eat whatever. Don't beat yourself up. Just start doing it again. If you see a little slacking going on, start doing it again. That's all. We just got to stay consistent. I got a little riled up. I was only supposed to do this for like 3 minutes. I got to go. I'm taking my mommy out for lunch today because it's Friday, love day. So listen, make sure y'all, you know, I hope I hope you were able to resonate with something in this video. Take it from me, you know, focus on you. Focus on your vibration. Focus on your energy. And if you want to, I don't care what you are dealing with. I don't care how, quote unquote, big your vision is. It can shift. You can change. It can actualize. What you have to do is make sure that you are a vibrational match to it. Make sure that you are experiencing peace, love, joy, happiness, satisfaction, gratitude. Those are the things that you are seeking. Period. I don't want to hear it. But my life, and but my friend, and what happened to my childhood, but I ain't got no money, but I ain't got no degrees, but I don't want to hear none of that. Focus on seeking. What you are seeking seeks you. Focus on seeking love, seeking balance, seeking peace, seek joy, seek gratitude. You know what seeking means? Pray on it. You know what praying? I'm not talking about get on your knees and beg somebody. Pray on it. P-R-E-Y. Pray on it. I pray on gratitude. I just want to look out the window and find something to be grateful for. I give thanks for this tree right here. You know what? This tree, the thing about trees is, you know, and I can go on and on and on. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for that. I give thanks for this. I give thanks for you. I get joy out of this. I'm going to do this to be joyous. That's what you're seeking at all cost. Period. Okay? All right, y'all. Peace.